How am I in this school? How did I get into this situation? How did this happen? Hey guys, it's Ajad. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I plan on going over a very sensitive yet important topic that impacts nearly 58% of everyone in the tech industry, and that is imposter syndrome. In this video, I plan on going over exactly what imposter syndrome is, why it impacts so many people in the tech industry, my own experiences / struggles with imposter syndrome, and the solution to imposter syndrome, or how you can really get over imposter syndrome for yourself. Alright, so first things first, what is imposter syndrome? According to Merriam-Webster Dictionary, imposter syndrome is defined as a psychological condition
that is characterized by persistent doubt concerning one's abilities or accomplishments, accompanied by the fear of being exposed as a fraud despite evidence of one's ongoing success.
Now, basically what this means is you're in an environment where you feel that you don't exactly belong in. Everyone else is so much better than you that you just don't feel fit, or that how you even got into this environment in the first place was somewhat a fluke. Some extraordinary force, not your own success, dictated that you ended up there. Now think of this like in 2018 when LeBron James carried the Cavaliers team to the NBA Finals. Every single person on that Cavaliers team, including the head coach, probably faced some sort of imposter syndrome. That team definitely should not have been in the NBA Finals if not for LeBron James. And an example of how imposter syndrome could manifest in general life is, say for example, you're a high school senior and somehow in some miracle you were able to get into your reach school, your dream college that you really wanted to get into that has like less than 15% acceptance rate, and you're just ecstatic, but at the same time you're thinking that, did I really achieve this? Everyone else is going to be so much smarter than me. Did I really get in because I'm really smart, or by some random chance I was able to get in but I really should not have been able to get in? Equivalently, say there's like jobs or interviews and you interview for your dream company, say that's like Google or Amazon, and you go to that coding interview and you think that you do so bad, you just hate yourself coming out of the interview, but to your shock, to your surprise, you end up getting that offer. And so you're really thinking, do I really deserve this position? Do I deserve this money? Did they really hire me because I have great technical and coding capabilities? Or did they only hire me because I cracked a joke in the coding interview? And so that's kind of the essence, the dumbed down version of imposter syndrome. Alright, now let's talk about imposter syndrome in the tech industry. Why it affects so many people, software engineers, computer scientists especially. And there are two reasons for that. Number one, tech people know so much, or at least they act like. And I'm being completely honest about this. So many people, when you're having simple conversations with them, software engineers will be like, yeah, I have experience in Java, Python, Ruby, JavaScript, C++, C#, Swift. They'll know so much. And the reason that I bring this up is people who are at lower level, entry level positions, or students in college learning about computer science, or even high school students who are eyeing computer science, software engineer as a potential field, just hear all this information, it intimidates them. It artificially sets the bar at you have to know this much in order to be successful, that if you don't know all these languages and all these tools and platforms, that you are gonna fail as a software engineer. And that could not be further from the truth, that you don't have to know this much. Like literally, even incoming college freshmen at my Georgia Tech orientation for computer science, so many people talk about how they have computer science research experience in machine learning, how they have workings in JavaScript, cybersecurity, all these really cool things, and I'm just like,
bro, chill, you're literally a high school senior, calm down.
And yes, it could be very intimidating, especially for incoming software engineers who just kind of look up to people and just go like, wow, they know so much. The number two reason that imposter syndrome affects so many people in the tech industry is due to hustle culture. Now, for those of you who don't know, hustle culture is basically work, sleep for 3 hours or less. The more you work, the more you produce, the more money you make, the more value you have. I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen this before, but I guess like the cookie cutter example, a software engineer working in Silicon Valley, California, making $400,000 per year, many different side projects about like 3 online businesses that are booming and successful. Plus, this person is a TikTok influencer with 1 million followers who just preaches this idea of just working, working, working. And so for software engineers who aren't doing side projects, who aren't having these side online businesses, who don't have 1 million followers on TikTok, that can be very intimidating. It once again artificially sets the bar to being this high when really it isn't necessarily that. In order to be a successful software engineer, you don't have to reach this bar. You don't have to do all those crazy things. I mean, that's why some people refer to hustle culture as being toxic, or they call it toxic hustle culture. And in fact, a lot of people in tech really do think that if you're just working your 9 to 5 and you're not starting some sort of tech startup, then you are honestly wasting your time. All right, now let's get to the part of the video that I'm pretty sure you guys clicked on this video for, and that is my own struggles / experiences when it comes to imposter syndrome as a computer science major in college. Now, before I discuss my college experiences, I think it's very important to note that before college, in high school, I was actually a very, I'd say, highly accomplishing student. I was salutatorian of my graduating class. I was involved in so many extracurriculars. I was leaders of those clubs. I won many different extracurriculars awards. I did fairly well on the SATs, APs, ACT exams. So heading into college, I had all these accomplishments, but none of them were really tech or software engineering, computer science really related. So I just wanted to put that out there. But anyways, once I did head into college, within the first 1 week or 2, I really did have my whole aha moments and really my first feelings of imposter syndrome. You see, one of my closest friends that I met in this time period, his name is Neil. He's been on a couple of my previous videos. He is actually a very, very intelligent person. Like, I thought that I was smart before I met him. You see, Neil went to Thomas Jefferson High School, a very well-known, prestigious high school. They teach you so much. You see, at regular high schools, they'll teach you computer math, AP computer science, and that's about it. But at Thomas Jefferson High School, they not only have AP computer science, they have so many post APs. Like literally Neil coming in, he had machine learning, artificial intelligence experiences in high school. And I think he thought for some reason I had a lot of machine learning, artificial intelligence experiences. And so very casually, one time he mentioned that,
bro, machine learning is so overrated.
Once you code out the implementation of a DNN, it's so basic, it's not even like exciting anymore.
And I was like,
I don't even know what a DNN is.
and by the way, me sharing this is no way a knock on Neil or me trying to insult Neil, saying that Neil tried to intimidate me by any means. Definitely not true. Neil is a very nice guy. But anyways, back to what I was saying. The reason that I brought up Neil is that Neil is just one example of the broader Georgia Tech environment. Like, so many people coming into Georgia Tech, especially as computer science majors, have so much varying, extensive experiences in computer science, at least the ones that I was meeting up with. And there was me, who knew Hello World only in Java, no other languages. And so I was basically kind of standing at odds, like, how am I in this school? How did I get into this situation? How did this happen? And so in order to resolve the situation and really lower the perceived knowledge gap that I had between other students, I thought it would be a really good idea to learn as many languages as I can in one semester. Like, I set out a goal and I got courses and textbooks for learning Python, JavaScript, C#, C++, and Swift. On top of that, I joined a web development club and data science club in order to bolster my performances in those languages. Yeah, for some reason I thought that if I learned all these different languages, I'd become this
amazing superpower coder.
And frankly, that's just not the case. Now, key thing to note, computer science isn't like psychology or biology where you can just read, memorize, and learn. A lot of your skills, especially language-based skills, comes in practice. And so when I really set out my journey to learn about like 5 or 7 languages in my first semester, I ended up learning exactly 0 of them. Additionally, everyone in college, especially the computer science major, love talking about summer internships. Like, bro, where are you going to be interning? How much are you going to be making? What interviews are you doing this week? All these different questions. And it sounds cool when you're successful and be like, yeah, I just interviewed for Amazon, Apple, Google, and Facebook. They all went pretty well. I got an offer from Amazon and Apple. I think I'm going to reject Apple's offer and take Amazon's offer, you know. But then there are those people who do interview after interview who just get rejected after rejected, or even worse, simply get resume rejected, no interviews whatsoever. And so honestly, I was in the same boat before I got my internship offer. It was literally interview after interview, rejection after rejection. I mentioned this in my previous video about how I got my internship at Amazon. And so I was kind of in the same boat. Whenever anyone asked me, hey bro, where are you interning next summer? I frankly did not have an answer. While there were so many people out there signing on to their offers, already having things lined up in September, October, November of the year before the summer even hit. And so anyone in my situation would feel some sort of imposter syndrome. I mean, you're doing technical coding interview after technical coding interview, failing the coding portion as a computer science major, and you start to think and really wonder, is computer science even right for me? Should I even be majoring this? Should I even be attending the school? So many questions linger over your head until you get that validating moment, and frankly, you never know when that's gonna come. Alright, now let's talk about my advice and my solution to this imposter syndrome. Now, I want to be clear, imposter syndrome affects many different people in many different ways. The things that I'm going to be sharing is simply from my own experience and what's really worked for me. But anyways, the first step to overcoming imposter syndrome is set specific goals and specific tasks related. Not just writing, I want to be a successful software engineer. No, write that in order to be a successful software engineer, I want to learn Python, I want to learn JavaScript, I want to learn C++. These are three very important programming languages. In order to learn Python, I'm going to be doing this. In order to learn JavaScript, I'm going to be doing this. And basically write as many goals as you have. Don't leave anything off this list, and include a small subtask as to how you plan on accomplishing said goals. And then after you do that, really focus down and prioritize your goals. What goals are the most important that you have to focus on now, and then you can focus on any other goals after that. And the second part of what's really helped me is focus on yourself and not others. A lot of people who've been impacted with imposter syndrome focus on comparing themselves to others. This person is able to accomplish X, Y, and Z. I'm only able to accomplish X, and so they're better than me. No, that's not really true, because they're able to accomplish X, Y, and Z, but who knows, they're sacrificing A, B, and C. Like, you really don't know the underlying conditions and sacrifices that that person has made. So it's not really fair to compare you to them. And in fact, you really shouldn't be. Focus on what you can control. Focus on, compared to yesterday, with respect to my goals, how far have I accomplished? Instead of trying to beat or compete with a certain person, try to beat or compete with yourself yesterday. Well, that's about all I have for this video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, be sure to let me know by hitting that thumbs up button. And lastly, just as always, for more content, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video.